Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to RVCCIS.info, the channel where the faculty representatives from Rock Valley College's Computers and Information Systems Department talks to you, the community at large, about things, roughly speaking, connected to, I don't know, computers, technology, school, and other stuff. Today, I think, goes under the other stuff bucket. Here we are at the beginning of a new semester in a new school year. A lot of you guys are going to be brand new, not just to us here at Rock Valley College, but brand new to the college experience in general. And what we thought we would do is, having heard some of the feedback we've gotten from students already over the course of the first week and 2 days of the semester, what we thought we would do is give you, I think we're going to call it a pep talk. We are going to give you a pep talk, young lady or young gentleman. So that is what this particular episode happens to be. So pep talk away.
Pep talk away. Just to kind of explain it a little more, Eric and I have had students that have definitely kind of, how did we describe it? We described it as deer in the headlights kind of thing.
Shell shock, yeah.
Yep. And so we did a video on the tips, like tips to be successful, and we'll kind of reiterate some of those. But, everybody's going through something right now. We all are a little stressed and probably don't necessarily realize it. And we understand what's going on, but you still need to kind of get on top of things. So if you have not gotten into your class, you need to do that.
If you have not gotten into your class by now, we have dropped you. Probably, true. But absolutely. Sign the hell in.
Yeah, do an assignment. Most of my assignments were due. My first week, the assignments were due Sunday night, and I felt like that was a good period of time. But you also need to realize how your teacher's going to communicate. How that person to communicate with them. And my main method of communication is email individually with students, but announcements are going to have everything that's due for the next week. So, you can rely on different things, but if you go to, like, for me, go to the announcements or the assignment page, then you should know what's going on for the week.
Yeah, absolutely. And every instructor is going to be different. Some of, we are advertising for a past episode where we had 4 tips for online learning here in fall. So if you didn't catch that episode, go back and take a look. But one of the things really, we tried to mention there was every instructor is scrambling the same as you to get content out there, to make sure that you've got everything you need, to make sure that if there's a lecture from class, for example, it's represented here in Eagle or whatever, if you're listening to us from elsewhere, that's our learning management platform. But everything we put out there is aimed at helping you figure something out. So I use modules as opposed to announcements because in years past, I've always said I use announcements if on my way down to work, I crash. And before I lose enough blood to lose consciousness, I will put an announcement on there. Eric is in a ditch, might be late. But everything is in modules. And, we mean for you to go through the material that we put there for you because it's all there to help you keep moving forward.
Yeah, and we cannot help you if you do not communicate with us. So that's the thing, is if you don't get frustrated, email right away. So
yep, we're magicians, we're not psychics. Because if we were psychics, we'd be getting those lottery numbers right, and I wouldn't be here talking to you right now. I would be on a beach in Barbados. So absolutely reach out. We can't see if you're suffering. And, it's one of the things I keep saying is you get, hopefully, if you've done it right, you get one opportunity to make a class work for you. And, you've got to make the most out of it, because hopefully you won't be taking it again. And you know, the one person that's really in charge of your experience in that class is you. So ask questions if you have them. Ask for, you know, other examples if you need them. That's all stuff that, you know, most of us already have canned and ready to rock in some way, shape, or form. You know, and we're just waiting on somebody to ask us a question about it. So you're, you know, you are your best advocate for that when it comes to getting the help you need, because we don't know when you're out there like spinning your wheels.
Yep, exactly.
One more thing I will say is read the damn book. And I just mentioned this today, like, should we read the book? I'm like, I did not make you buy that book so you would have in this apocalypse fire kindling and toilet paper if you needed it. We have you get the book so that you can get the material that way, even though, you know, the format for classes changed. So, you know, you join us from my dungeon office or wherever it is that we record all of our you know, the lectures and the material or whatever, but the main driver there is still you interacting with the textbook. So don't forget that piece. Everything else we do, you know, in the way of videos or podcasts or extra links, those are supplements to the text, most likely, which is where you're going to be able to find all that stuff.
Yeah.
The last thing we were going to say here, I think, and this goes for everybody listening, this goes for the two of us here talking, it goes for our two absentee colleagues as well, is that all of us, like Stephanie had mentioned before, like, legitimately, this is a thing that everybody is going through. And actually, we just completed, I may have completed a little late, but all of us at Rock Valley completed like a COVID-19 know the signs and symptoms of stress thing. And I think even for me, I was like, oh shit, that's me. Cause like I haven't slept in 8 days, and I'm like, that's not normal, is it? It's probably like manifest stress, but at the end of the day, we're all gonna make it. It's gonna feel different. It's not gonna be normal. We're going to figure it out. And as us instructors are going through figuring out how to, you know, meet you the students are going through figuring out how to get the most from the classes and instructors. And I am confident that when, you know, December rolls around this year and we can close the book on fall of 2020, when I don't know what spring is going to look like. I'm not even going to venture a guess at this point, because I'm a coward. You ain't coming to school. But who knows? You know, whatever spring has for us, when the book is closed on that too, in no way, shape, or form is your experience going to be diminished, is your knowledge going to be diminished, is your overall worth in the workplace going to be diminished because of the change in venue. So, you know, when we compare, you know, 2021 you to 2020 you, we are going to have a more robust, better informed, better capable student who, despite all the extra layers of bullshit, made it. So, you know, that's what we were here to tell you today. Pep talk. Freaking pep talk. I should have said take a knee, Kowalski, or something like the last time I heard a pep talk in high school. But so if you have any pep talk that you would like to give any of your cohorts here on the channel, please go ahead and leave us a comment down below. While you're down there, also remember to like, subscribe, and hit that plus button so that when we do return to a more regularly scheduled format for everything, you'll know when all of that new and fantastic content comes your way. Speaking of content, even more fantastic content comes your way via our Twitter and Facebook accounts. We can be found at both of those at RVCCIS info. And as a matter of fact, just this week, we have 2 tweets and or postings out there, so it depends on what platform you're at, on how to deal with just the extra bull crap that we're all dealing with. And one of them was a bunch of, like, I'm going to call them product niceties. So like a laptop riser is a fantastic way to make a little bit of ergonomics happen while you're like hunched over your keyboard on your lap. You know, we can do better than that. So there's a ton of really good suggestions in there. Actually, I don't know if you can see it. It is right here. Ding. That is the Griffin laptop riser I found on that article. And I thought, that's a really good idea. So it was $30 at Verizon. I don't even belong to Verizon. So that was $22 at Verizon. So anyway, that is at RVCCIS info on Facebook and Twitter. So on behalf of Stephanie Washer, Not Seen Here, Jim Conley on his bicycle someplace, dealing with his COVID stress. Not Seen Here, Chuck Conkle on his bicycle someplace, dealing with COVID stress better than we are. I should have a cigar going right now. That would be, I'm taking the anti-health version of that. On behalf of all of us here at RVCCIS, the faculty for Rock Valley College, and the greater community at Rock Valley College at large, stay safe out there, everybody, and stay sane.